Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your reading for the week of July 6th through the 11th. We are going to take a look at the person on your mind, your situation, if there's any challenges or blocks between the two of you. We're going to look at your person's feelings for you this week, their intentions, what they might do next, and if there's anything hidden or something that you don't know, we'll dig into that as well, and then we will get you some advice at the end. I want to just jump right into this. So, clear messages for Sagittarius, please. Tell me about the person on Sagittarius's mind this week. Clear messages, please, for Sagittarius. Okay, for your person, Sag, you get the Four of Swords. Your situation is the Two of Cups. That's crossed by the Eight of Pentacles. Your person's feelings for you this week, the Page of Cups. Their intentions is the Ace of Swords. Their next steps, Six of Wands. You have the Seven of Cups for something that you may not know. And then your advice is the Two of Wands. So, Sagittarius. The Four of Swords for your person is like they're in recovery from something. They're taking a beat, taking a break. You guys might be in separation right now. They might need some space at the moment. It's also an energy of like putting something off. If you guys are separated or did break up, they could be putting off having the next conversation or like having to talk about logistics. Let's just see here. Let's clarify the Four of Swords, please, for Sagittarius. Person on their mind. It is clarified with the Seven of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. We have a king and a queen here. Sagittarius, your person wants to keep their options open, right? They are curious to see what's out there. That's not to say that they don't have feelings for you, because they do. That's obvious here, but it's almost like FOMO. It's almost like a fear of missing out. The Seven of Cups is the grass is greener. But everybody knows that the grass is greener where you water it. It's not greener over there just because it's over there. It's because those people water their grass. So, you know, if your relationship grass is looking a little brown, maybe it's because your person stopped watering it. Sorry for all the gardening talk. Yeah, Sagittarius, the King of Wands can be like a little irritating, honestly. The King of Wands has this like, I'm up for anything, but it's like exhausting, and they're making these like bold, passionate decisions, but you know, it's because they're not focused on what's right in front of them. They're focused on everything and nothing at the same time. So that's what I'm getting for your person. I want to look at the Two of Cups now for your situation. This is definitely a partnership. It looks like a partnership in separation to me. Tell me about the Two of Cups, please, for Sagittarius. You get the Queen of Wands, that's you. The Eight of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Sagittarius. Did you walk away from this? Somebody walked away from this. because they weren't getting what they needed. And I don't think it's because they weren't telling the other person what they needed. I think that the other person just doesn't have the capacity to meet you where you are right now. And, you know, you guys could have broken up before in the past, or taken breaks, or, you know, just had like your ups and downs. But there's something about this time where you're putting your foot down and you're saying, I'm not doing this anymore. I deserve better. I'm not going to be disrespected. I'm not going to be pocketed, you know? The Seven of Wands can be like standing your ground, setting boundaries. It's I'm defending myself. I'm standing up for myself. And you can't tell me anything else. Like, if I have to walk away to preserve my self-respect, then that's what I'm going to do. And the Queen of Wands, I mean, that's confidence. She's confident. And when I say she, the gender doesn't matter. It's somebody who's really self-possessed and who says, like, I'm not going to be treated like this. You have the Eight of Pentacles in the block. I wonder if someone's work was getting in the way, if somebody was working too much and not spending enough time nurturing the relationship, or it could be that somebody wants to work on this but doesn't know how. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles, please. You get the King of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and Temperance. That's you again. Well, we know that this is your reading. You're all over it. You have the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. This is telling me that your person wants to work on this. Your person feels like this can be stabilized. Your person feels like, and you too, I think that you guys had like a very firm foundation. You started this off on the right foot, but then it got all out of balance. And I don't think that I do think that happened over time, but I don't think you saw it happening over time. I think that it kind of snuck up on you, and like one day you woke up and you were like, what is going on here? Like, something just feels really off. And like very quickly, your person changed and just like flipped a switch. That's how you're reading it anyways. You're like, I don't even know who this person is anymore. And that's why you walk away. You're like, we're not even in a relationship because I don't know you. Who are you? Let's see about your person's feelings for you. You have the Page of Cups for your person's feelings. Let's clarify that, please. Clear messages, please, for Sagittarius. Clarify the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is somebody who's open for love, but it's also somebody who doesn't have like a lot of emotional intelligence and who can be like a little bit turbulent and naive, and somebody who likes to idealize others. That's clarified with the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. That's a lot of pentacles. Your person is going back and forth, Sagittarius. They are juggling two things at once, and that is, I want to be single, and I don't want to be alone. You don't have to be alone to be single. And you can also feel very alone in a relationship, right? But yeah, your person feels like maybe you're both better off single, but there's this gnawing thing in the back of their mind that's like, but then I'm going to be alone. And I don't want that. But do they necessarily want to be with you? Or is it just that they don't want to be alone? The Five of Pentacles is like being cast aside, being left out. It's feeling discarded. You know, maybe your relationship, Sagittarius, ended really abruptly and you felt discarded. And you were like, what just happened? The Five of Pentacles is like feeling unsupported. It's things taking a turn for the worse. And then the Two of Pentacles is just, sometimes it's somebody who's just complicating things because they're a complicated person, or they don't have a lot of clarity with their thought processes. But it does seem like they're trying to find the balance here. Their intentions is the Ace of Swords. So they intend on communicating with you. If you guys are in a no contact situation, which is kind of the vibe I'm getting here, they do intend to talk with you, but you know, it's not gonna be anything deep. It's gonna be just like surface level. They might even just reach out to you because they're curious. They might not even really have anything to say. Let's see. Clarify the Ace of Swords. You get the Star, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. You might be dealing with an Aquarius here, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. But you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. That's new beginning energy. There's no other way to see that. That is wanting to go towards having a new beginning. It's like, let's start over. I want to start over and I want to talk about it. And I don't want to make a big deal out of it either. Your person is like, don't make a big deal out of it. Yeah, we broke up, but we can just get back together. They intend to see this work out. You know, the Star is like, I went through something, I'm healed, or I'm healing, and now I see this differently. I have a lot of optimism all of a sudden. The Star is feeling hopeful. Your person is like hanging on to that hope that things can work out. They have faith here. And that's why their next steps, Sagittarius, is the Six of Wands. They're coming in. A little prideful, I have to say. Let's clarify the Six of Wands for Sagittarius, their person's next steps. The six of Wands is like, I'm having a successful relationship whether you want to or not. It's also like winning somebody over. Maybe their next steps is to win you over, to win you back. It can also be like feeling seen. Let's just see. Clarify, please, the Six of Wands. You get the Three of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Knight of Swords. Okay, well, it is about being seen, but it's about your person being seen. Your person wants you to know how much they feel hurt. And Sagittarius, I'm not saying that you did anything wrong, but you know, especially when we go through breakups, we have a tendency, and this is everyone, to create a narrative of how the other person is bad. And it's a coping mechanism to be able to get over somebody that you love. You know, you're in a relationship, you love this person, they up and walk away. How are you supposed to just move on from that? Like, well, I thought that they were the bee's knees, the best person on earth. I'll just let them go. No, you have to like kind of do some mental gymnastics, and it seems like that's what your person is doing. And it seems like they believe that if you can understand how hurt they are, then you guys can move forward, or then they can move forward. But that's ridiculous. It's like making somebody else feel like shit so you can feel better. It's not really how it works. The Five of Cups is looking at what's been lost and not seeing that there's something salvageable here. You know, maybe your person thinks that if they can just get all this weight off their chest with you, then they can start to rebuild or start to see what's left. But, you know, they are in a lot of pain. I don't know what went on here, but they are definitely grieving the relationship. Even if they're not acting like it, even if they are kind of coming off as like, I'm good, everything's fine. That's a pride thing. The Five of Cups can also be like, overlooking the repair. Like, let's just start over. I don't really want to talk about what happened, but that's not a recipe for success whatsoever. That is a recipe for disaster. Let's look at something that you may not know. You have the Seven of Cups, which is sometimes wearing rose-colored glasses. It can also be keeping your options open, or a fear of commitment. It could also be about having a lot of choices. What is this for what Sagittarius may not know? You have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Sagittarius, I feel like you're going to find out, if you don't already know. You know, if you do know, this is something that you didn't know at when you should have, and you've recently discovered it, or you're going to discover it. Your person may have been keeping their options open while you were still in a relationship. Your person may have been on dating apps and you didn't know about it, just kind of like looking around, seeing what's out there. You know, some people do that just to like feel seen or validated, and it's like, well, maybe your partner would pay attention to you if you weren't on your fucking phone. Sorry, Sagittarius, for saying bad words, but like, oh my God, I've seen this so many times. It's like, you're such an idiot. People who do this, I have no words. And it's so counterintuitive. It's like, how can you be in a good relationship if you're not fully in the relationship? You have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, the Knight of Wands here with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Cups is really giving me like something's going on behind the scenes that you're not privy to. But you'll find out. You'll find out, and you'll be like, I knew, like intuitively I knew, but now you know no. Now you know no. You have the Two of Wands for your advice. Let's clarify the advice, please, for Sagittarius. The Two of Wands is taking the first steps to exploring something else. You know, it's seeing potential, it's goal setting. I feel like your advice here is to prioritize other things. The Knight of Cups jumped out. The High Priestess and Strength. Yeah, Sagittarius. You're like a hot ticket item, right? Nobody's ever mad when a Sagittarius walks into the room. And I don't just say that because I'm a Sagittarius. It's like not my ego or anything, but it's true. The Knight of Cups is receiving messages of love. It's maybe having unrealistic expectations, but it's also very romantic. Like, you can find a date whenever you want, and you know it. And your advice is like, understand you have options. You have so much possibility and potential awaiting you. Like, Sagittarius, you're like a mysterious person. You're mysterious. People instinctively like want to get to know you because you're like unknowable. And you're strong. Like, you can get through it. it's not, it's hard to break up. It's hard to see somebody that you love so much start to just like act different or blame you for everything. That's really hard, but you have what it takes to get through it. You have strength in your advice. That's like unleash the beast inside. You're powerful. And go forward. Anyways, Sagittarius, I hope this was helpful or useful in some way, and I'll see you next time. Bye.